If you're using Civil Site Design, you now have functionality to work with HEC-RAS input and output files via the Export HEC-RAS 2D and the Import HEC-RAS 2D commands. The Export HEC-RAS 2D command will take the combination of your design and existing surfaces and share them across to HEC-RAS as a single GeoTIFF file. The GeoTIFF file describes the surface extents and elevations for HEC-RAS. The command can be run directly from the ribbon interface or can be run from inside Model Viewer. If you do not have an aerial photo for your site, you can also use the Image from Satellite command to grab aerial imagery from Google Maps. For Civil 3D and AutoCAD users, the image is used directly inside Model Viewer and is also included in the drawing, moved, scaled and rotated to the correct geolocation. If you're using BricsCAD, the image is created in the data folder and can be readily inserted as an image using the BricsCAD Insert Image command. It will geoposition correctly upon insert. You can run the Export to HEC-RAS 2D command from Model Viewer or from the CAD ribbon interface. If running from the CAD ribbon interface, the toggle display form will always display for you to confirm what surface data to bring across to HEC-RAS. You can just include the existing surface conditions, or you could send across a combined surface containing the existing surface as well as your design, allowing you to analyse pre and post development conditions. If you run the command from inside Model Viewer, you get the benefit of reviewing directly the surface information before export across to HEC-RAS. In the Export HEC-RAS 2D command, you need to specify a location and name for the GeoTIFF that you're exporting, as well as a grid spacing. Set a grid spacing to ensure you don't lose information when gridded data is exported. Once you have a GeoTIFF file, you can use this to generate terrain data in HEC-RAS. We will quickly step through the fundamental processes involved in analysing flows in HEC-RAS. In HEC-RAS, RASmapper is used to add terrain data into HEC-RAS for 2D flow analysis. It is here that the exported GeoTIFF file generated by Civil Site Design can be used to create the terrain. Additionally, the image you created can also be added as a map layer to use as a reference for establishing boundary and other controls. There are three key aspects to analysis in HEC-RAS. Firstly, you set up the geometry controls. For 2D flow analysis, you need to have, as a minimum, a 2D flow area and boundary conditions set. The boundary conditions control the inflow and outflow conditions for the extents of the 2D flow area. Secondly, you set up the flow conditions. Here you establish the inflow and outflow controls for the selected 2D flow area and for each boundary. Thirdly, you analyse the system by referencing the relevant geometry and flow files and establishing the simulation times, computational time steps and outputs required. Once complete, RASmapper can be used to analyse results. As part of this process, HEC-RAS creates a file to store this storm flow information. Civil Site Design can import this file and visualise it in 3D in Model Viewer. The Import HEC-RAS 2D command lets you import the HEC-RAS output file, which is a file with extension .hdf. After running the command and selecting the file, a new form displays with the calculated time steps included. Select any time step and see the extensive flow at that time in 3D. You can play and pause the results to see the development of flooding over time and assess in 3D how the flooding flows may impact downstream properties and infrastructure.